believe we are live. Wonderful. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm going to give you guys a second to pop on here if you're coming in live on this rescheduled event because, oh my goodness, I had the worst day yesterday ever. I was so sick. I think I caught a stomach bug. I was sick, and then I was in bed, and I was feverish, and it was just a hard day, and I wanted to be able to make this work, but I couldn't. So here we are now. Whether you're watching live or on replay, I would love for you to just say hello in the comments so I know who you are and that you are interested in this subject that I get questions about all the time, right? I work with special needs moms. We have higher than normal stress levels, and when we're trying to exercise, when we're trying to eat better, and we are exhausted, it can feel really frustrating and really discouraging, right? Let me know if you're there and you're like, I want to be able to do more, but I'm just so tired. And you know, this is a complicated subject. There's a lot of different facets that go into improving our energy. And obviously there are all of the lifestyle related choices like regular exercise and getting. Okay, I don't know what just happened. My live video just stopped. So if this is an internet problem, I am going to switch to my phone if this happens again. I'm very sorry about that. I have no idea what is going on, but I am gonna just roll with it because life happens sometimes. And I'm trying to let go of the feeling that life is happening to me, right? Like when I plan things and then it all just blows up. Sometimes I get discouraged because I just feel like life is happening to me, and I like to remind myself that life is happening for me. So I'm learning a lesson in patience and going with the flow right now. Okay, I think we're good. Can you guys, as you pop back on, can you hear me okay? Is my internet connection okay? Because if it is not, I will just go ahead and switch onto my phone. Hi, Crystal. And Lindsay, I saw you pop in over there and say hey on that last video. Thank you for that. Just to make sure. Yes. Okay, we're good. All right. So let's keep going. Gut health. Your gut health is incredibly important because when we are in a stress response, our vagus nerve, that is part of our central nervous system, it runs down into your gut, into your intestines, right? Especially your colon. And it lives there because when we're in a stress response, our body actually channels resources away from our digestion and into other parts of our body. And so, what's going on in your gut can dramatically affect how you feel, the energy that you have, your mental health, especially feelings of anxiety, feelings of overwhelm, depression. We know that this is connected to our gut health. So it is incredibly important to be doing things to nourish and keep our gut bacteria in a really good balance. So there's two parts of this, right? We know, I'm sure you've heard about probiotics, but there's also what we call prebiotics, and this is just as important as the probiotics. So these are the first two areas that I focus on with supplements and gut health, is getting your body prebiotics, because the probiotics, the healthy bacteria, need something to feed on to be able to thrive and to be able to grow in that environment. So just taking a probiotic will help in the short term, but it's not actually going to help your gut to thrive. So plants, fruits, vegetables like leafy greens, fresh fruits and vegetables are one of the most important things that you can give your body. And this is tough. This is tough. This is tough for me. And this is actually where I started on my journey with supplements and trying to heal my energy, because even on my best days, getting enough fruits and vegetables was really tough until I did some work to like sort out nutrition and meal prep and all of that. So while I was working on all of that, I found a supplement that I still use today. I've been taking it for 2.5 years. That is a fruit and vegetable supplement. And it's basically whole fruits and vegetables that are ground up and then slowly dehydrated. So what you're left with is all of those phytonutrients and the fibers that you would get from eating whole fruits and vegetables. And those go down into your gut. And when you pair fresh fruits and vegetables with probiotics, your gut health is going to drastically improve. So the minimum servings of fruits and vegetables that you should be having on a daily basis, you and your whole family, is five, a variety of fresh fruits and vegetables. So if you're not eating that variety, and there's a lot of research that says like getting up to 10 is where we actually experience optimal health, not just like getting by. So when you're stressed, again, like we're aiming for that 10 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. A serving is about like a fist size. So if you're not currently eating that many fruits and vegetables, you should consider supplementing. There's a brand that I use that is just incredible. It's 33 different fruits and vegetables, and the reason I landed with this one is because it's really well researched. They looked at people that ate 10 full servings of fruits and vegetables and their outcomes, and they looked at people that ate 5 and then supplemented with these, and the research showed that the outcomes were the same. It's a really clean supplement. I've got them here. I just want to show you these, and like I said, I'll send you out info if you want. They're whole fruits and vegetables, and they're amazing. It's a little capsule. You can swallow them, you can pop them open and put them in a smoothie if you don't like swallowing pills. And there's also chewable versions of these that are just like in a tapioca gummy. The other reason I love using these is that my kids really struggle to get those 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, and so when you get the adult serving, they actually give you the kids chewables for free. So you can do something good for you and for your kids. So getting the fresh fruits and vegetables, whether through supplements or whole fruits and vegetables, is number 1, absolutely key. And then the second thing is the probiotics. These are healthy bacteria. There's a number of different probiotics that you can get out there. One is not necessarily better than the other. You're just looking for something that's got a really high dose. And again, you may not need to take a probiotic if you are eating naturally fermented foods. So this is another thing that I've explored with, and right now I'm really proud to say that I'm not needing to take a probiotic because I'm doing this. Things like cultured yogurt, things like fresh, like cultured sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha. You know, if you're eating these on a daily basis, you probably don't need to take any additional probiotics. But if you're not eating fermented cultured foods on a regular basis, then you would benefit from taking a probiotic. And it's absolutely amazing when you pair those two things together, the experiences that you change, that change your energy, your digestion. You know, you just don't feel as bloated, you don't feel as sluggish. And it's really, really great if you are also dealing with mental health struggles. Okay, so number 1, fruit and vegetable supplements. Number 2, probiotics. If you have questions about brands for probiotics, I can let you know some of the ones that I've tried, but again, like they're all going to be pretty good. The third really important supplement that almost every mom that I have talked to needs to be taking is an omega supplement. This is all about your brain health and your cognitive function. And our diet typically in America, at least, is pretty low on these healthy fats. Omega-3, 6, and 9 are healthy fats. If you're getting these from food, you are eating a lot of seafood. So fish is a really good source of healthy omega fats. Seeds are also incredibly beneficial. Things like hemp seeds and sesame seeds and chia seeds and any pumpkin seeds. These seeds are going to give you a lot of these healthy fats. So if you are eating a good portion of seeds and you're eating fish and seafood like multiple times a week, you probably would be okay without an omega supplement. If not, we know from research that people who are deficient in omegas experience a decline in cognitive function. People with mental health, depression, anxiety often are deficient in this, and it's just incredibly important for your brain health. So taking an omega is great. There's a couple of different sources that you can get these from. Like I said, a lot of people lean into fish oils because that's pretty readily available on the market. There's a company that I love called Nordic Naturals that does fish oils, and I use this on weeks where I'm not getting a lot of fish. But there's another way that you can get this through algae, because we get omegas in fish because of their diet, which is from algae. And so if you don't like fish, or you're vegan, or you don't like, maybe that aftertaste that sometimes we can get when we take fish oils, I would recommend looking into a plant-based omega supplement. Juice Plus also makes one of these, and I would highly recommend it. I took it for a while until I got my nutrition sorted out. But if you're not eating enough omegas, you're setting yourself up for lower energy and reduced cognition, because you're going to be deficient in that. So omegas, probiotics, prebiotics from fruits and vegetables. Number 4 is magnesium. Magnesium. This is really interesting stuff, you guys, because when we are in a stress response and dealing with higher than normal stress levels, our body is burning through magnesium like crazy town. This is one of our electrolytes. There's lots of different electrolytes that our body needs to function, but we've seen in research, there's research that's been done that people who are stressed get depleted in magnesium very quickly. And there's something interesting that happens here, that when your magnesium is low, you also are triggered into stress, anxiety, right? There's a direct connection with our anxiety levels and low magnesium. So it's almost like this vicious cycle, that if you are stressed out, your body's burning through magnesium very quickly, and then when your magnesium is low, you're stressed and anxious, and it's like it can spiral very, very quickly. And so I supplement with magnesium in times where I know that I'm dealing with higher than normal stress levels, to make sure that it doesn't trigger my anxiety, because I'm also a person who struggles with anxiety. So you can find magnesium in lots of different places naturally. Again, if you don't want to supplement, I've got just a quick list of 10 foods that are super high in magnesium. We've got whole wheat, spinach, nuts like almonds and cashews, quinoa, dark chocolate. Yes, you have permission to eat chocolate when you are stressed. There is a reason that you crave chocolate. Eat good dark chocolate, like 80% cacao. Dark chocolate and almonds is like the perfect rush of magnesium into your body. Also black beans, edamame, avocado, and coconut water is another good one that one of my friends had told me about. It's high in a lot of electrolytes, including magnesium. However, if you want to be able to just supplement and get something really quickly, a brand that I use for magnesium is this brand called Calm. They make a drink. These are gummies. I use these with me and my kiddos when I notice there's anxious behaviors and all of that. So definitely recommend that one. And you can also drink electrolyte drinks. I love this one, Noon, because it doesn't have a ton of extra sugar like you get with a lot of the electrolyte drinks out of there. And surprisingly, a lot of the other electrolyte drinks have the other electrolytes, but not magnesium. And this one, Noon, is loaded with magnesium. So if you're stressed out, if you want to just grab a drink, this is a little pop tablet. You can pop this into a water bottle and just let it dissolve, and boom, you're just filling your body with magnesium. I love that one for a quick supplement. Okay, so magnesium, omegas, probiotics, and plants. Number 5. Let me check if there's any questions. Sorry, I'm trying to do this as quick as possible. You guys let me know if you have questions here. I'm going to check these. Okay, we're doing good. Cool. All right. So number 5 is vitamin D. Vitamin D is directly connected to your energy levels, and most of us are deficient in this. This is a quick and easy blood test. If you see your doctor and get regular blood work, they should be testing for vitamin D deficiency, because when you're low in vitamin D, not only does it affect your immune system and just your overall health, it impacts your energy big time, big time. So supplementing with vitamin D would be important for you if you are not getting outside sun exposure for about 20 minutes every day. You don't need to supplement with vitamin D if you can get out and do that. And a really good way to do that is to go out and take a walk. For a while, I had a habit of just going out in a tank top, get your skin exposed. If you have a backyard, you can go out like in shorts and a sports bra. The more skin exposure you have, the more your body is going to be able to take this in. But most of us need to supplement with vitamin D. If you get blood work done through your doctor, they will give you probably like a high dose vitamin D, which is great because it's what we call a fat soluble vitamin. So it's not something that you have to take every day. You can actually take it in a super dose like once a week, and that's okay. But you can also, I don't have this one here because mine is a prescription. You can also, go to the store and just find vitamin D. It's pretty cheap. Sometimes, though, just know that with synthetic supplements, often these are hard for our body to absorb. And so there is a type of vitamin D that you can find that is like a dissolvable on your tongue or under your tongue. And what that does is that it bypasses your digestive system, right? If your digestion system isn't working well, or you may be dealing with like malabsorption, sometimes it's better just to get it to go straight into your bloodstream through your tongue. These are called sublingual supplements. So that's usually what I will use for me and my kiddos during the winter time, especially when I know we're not getting enough vitamin D. All right, so vitamin D, magnesium, omegas, probiotics, and prebiotics in the form of plants. Number 6 is iron. Iron. Let me know in the comments here if you know that you're iron deficient and anemic. Most of us as women kind of cycle through anemia like each month with our period. We often, we go short on blood, and so the way that I supplement iron is through my cycle. I will take some extra. If you're dealing with low energy and you're stressed and you're struggling to eat enough good food, supplementing with iron may be something that you need to do. Another one that your doctor can check your levels with before you start supplementing, because you don't want to take too much iron. This can also be really detrimental to your health. But natural sources of iron, guys, are lean meats like chicken and red meat, seafood like mussels and oysters and clams, liver, I know, liver, like chicken liver is also a really fantastic source of iron, and you can get iron from other plant-based supplements too. So if you want to just be intentional, each week, each month during your menstruation cycle, eat some iron-rich foods, because that will just help to replenish your body very quickly. And you can find iron, over the counter, just some basic supplements. But again, know that anything synthetic is not going to be as bioavailable as whole food options. So when you take, vitamins that are lab made, it's harder for your body to absorb that well. All right. Iron, yes. Crystal, anemic when you were pregnant. Yep, and spinach is great. There's different types of iron. There's heme iron and non-heme iron. And so meats, for vegetarians, like getting the heme iron is actually pretty important. So, yeah, definitely lean, if you can, lean into some of the meat sources or supplement with that to make sure that your body is getting everything that it needs. That's great. Okay, and the last one, this one might surprise you. If you're struggling with low energy and you've got high levels of stress, you may need to be supplementing with protein. Yes, protein. So our body, every system in our body requires protein to help fuel and energize our cells. And this is one of my favorite things to teach moms about in the Mom Restore system in my nutrition course. And this is pretty much the first thing that we start with, is upping the intake of protein in our body, because when you are deficient in protein, it impacts every single system in your body. And we actually need a good amount of protein. Getting protein does not have to be from meat and animal products, right? You can get a lot of protein from alternative sources like edamame and soy and tofu, but eggs, right? Meat products, cheeses, dairy, these are all really important for our body to have the fuel that it needs to be able to run. And if you're dealing with low energy, I would seriously look at your daily intake of protein and see, am I getting enough? Am I needing to supplement here? Because this one thing can make a drastic improvement in your energy levels. And also, side benefit, how full you are throughout the day, the cravings that you have, and weight gain, right? We know that adding protein and getting your body enough of that is going to impact how your body stores and metabolizes your food. So supplementing with protein, there's a lot of different ways to do this. If you struggle to eat enough protein, you can also drink protein. They've figured out how to do this and break this down into powders that you can mix in. There's also like protein isolates that you can get in drinks. Personally, I prefer the powders because they're a little bit closer to source. You know, when you, like we were talking about with the synthetic vitamins and everything, the more that things are changed, the harder it is for our body to absorb and actually recognize that as real food. So getting as close to source as possible. Complete proteins are what we are looking for when we supplement with protein. This is pretty easy. Whey protein is going to be a complete protein. That means it has all of the amino acids that your body needs. You can find also plant-based options. If you're going with something like pea protein or other plant proteins, you want to make sure that it's actually a hybrid protein, because most of the vegetarian protein options are not going to be complete proteins. So it would need to have a mix of like peas and rice or other types to be a complete protein, or soy protein, and that's what I use. My favorite protein on the market right now is this complete protein by Juice Plus. And this is a soy-based protein, but it's a water-washed soy. And when it comes to soy products and making sure that they are serving our body and not harming our body, what we need to make sure is that they are not chemically processed. And a lot of the time, if you're not using an organic, clean soy, it's gonna have been washed in like alcohol and chemicals for a quick, cheap way to process that. So this is a clean, safe soy protein. It's water washed. It's also loaded with prebiotics and plant nutrients. So you can kind of tick 2 boxes there, supplementing with this. And you can drink whatever protein you choose. You can drink that with milk or juice in a shaker. You can throw it in a smoothie and like throw some spinach and some seeds in there to make it a really good nourishing meal replacement or snack. But getting enough protein is absolutely crucial for having enough energy. So I flew through that as quick as I possibly could. I know that was a big unloading of information, but those are the 7 different supplements that most moms who are dealing with high levels of stress are deficient in and need to supplement. It's plants, your prebiotics, your probiotics, omegas, the healthy fatty acids, magnesium, vitamin D, iron, and protein. So I would love to chat with you guys about that. If you have any specific questions about those or anything else, I'm going to hang here for a minute to make sure I can support you. And I'll check back in with this as well. So I know a lot of you that are working moms, you're working right now and can't be here live. So feel free to pop comments and questions in here. Or if you're connected with me on Messenger or email, you can chat with me there as well if you want to grab the guide that I'll link the supplements that I use in, or if you have just specific questions about maybe something that you're taking or aren't sure about that. And Crystal says you've been craving protein. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and you can overdo it with protein. The rule of thumb, you know, if you're eating like whole food proteins, is to go about the size and thickness of your palm, and eating that much, usually 4 times a day. If it's a meat source, will give you enough protein. If you're not doing meat or eggs, you may need to actually supplement with more, because it's tough to get enough. And when you're lifting especially, it's like 1 gram of protein per kilogram of your body weight, which can be a lot. It can be really hard to eat that much. So that's why I lean into supplements most days if I'm not getting that. Yeah, that's great. And so one thing that you will notice that I did not actually mention in this list of supplements was a multivitamin. And this always surprises people that I don't actually take multivitamins. I haven't for a really long time. I took a natural one, I guess 5 years ago when I was pregnant with my son. I took a prenatal vitamin, but I hunted and searched really hard for a specific type of multivitamin, prenatal vitamin, that was plant-based, because the research is not very impressive for how well our body takes in and absorbs multivitamins. And I just haven't done it, you know, as I've been on this journey, especially once I started supplementing in with the fruit and vegetable supplements. I know that our bodies don't absorb synthetic vitamins very well. So getting a variety of fruits and vegetables into your diet each day, or supplementing with a fruit and vegetable capsule, can pretty well cover your vitamin needs. And so if you are taking one of those and you notice that your urine is like fluorescent, that's a pretty good sign that most of that is just being processed out by your body as a foreign substance and not actually being absorbed. So if you're taking a multivitamin and you're curious about swapping that out with a naturally sourced option, let me know, because I can help you out with that. It's definitely not worth wasting your money on supplements that your body won't absorb very well. So I don't see any other questions coming in. So let me know if this was helpful to clear the air. And you know, I just want to re-emphasize, like, work with a professional when you're looking at supplements. You can talk to your healthcare practitioner. You can talk with a nutritionist. You can talk with somebody who is trained in this, because there's a lot of supplements out there on the market, and it is an unregulated, mostly, market, and so there's just a lot of stuff that's out there, and there's a lot that is being sold and marketed as, you know, quick fixes and all of that, and it can be really confusing when you see all of that and when you're not sure what to do. So just always know that working with a professional is one of the best things that you can do to ensure that you're getting a good quality supplement, you're getting something that your body needs, and not just flushing money down the toilet because somebody has sworn by a supplement as a quick fix. So I will just throw that out there as my last 2 cents. And you guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this long one. Good, Sharon, I'm glad that this has been helpful. And I look forward to chatting with you guys more about this. And I'm going to throw this out there as a little teaser. I'm going to talk about this more next week, but we have a challenge that's coming up here in the group. We're going to be doing a 5-minute a day challenge for smoothies, because so much of what we talked about today and the supplements is something that we can actually get through good nutrition. And I have found that smoothies are the fastest way to get good fuel into your body in like literally 5 minutes, whether it's breakfast or lunch or a snack. And so next week, I'm going to be chatting with you guys about smoothies and about how I do that. And we're going to be launching this challenge the first week of October, where I will be walking you through this process and teaching you how to make smoothies, how to use smoothies as a supplementing tool, and giving you a chance to grab some of my favorite recipes and how to build a smoothie guide. So stay tuned for that. I'll be emailing and posting about that. And you guys have a fabulous Friday. I will talk with you soon.